Hello everybody and welcome back to Tree of Tranquility. It's the 22nd day of fall, which means it is our flea market. So we're going to go and check that out today, and I have a few other little miniature updates for you. I played for about 4 or 5 days in between now and our last recording, and one of the things that I went ahead and I did was I upgraded my hammer and my watering can to gold, so these are now at their final level and they both take next to no stamina to use. It cost me $10,000 and a piece of gold to upgrade them, and when I upgraded them I very foolishly put away my gold ore into the shipping bin to make room for my mining, but I forgot to take them out, and so I've actually shipped all of the gold bars that I had saved up. So I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for more gold bars because I still have a lot of tools to upgrade. But starting with the watering can and the hammer is good because these are the tools that we use the most. I've been giving the bear at the mountain a gift, 2 gifts every single day, and you can see I'm down to my very last piece of honey, and so I'm gonna have to restock at Hannah's after the flea market is over with, and I'm going to resume doing that. It still hasn't moved, but I'm making good headway. Despite the fact that I spent $20,000 upgrading my tools, you can see that I still have a ton of money on the bottom there, mostly through mining. I've done some fishing because I want to upgrade my fishing rod and get its level up. And I have a few other little updates on the farm here. When I woke up this morning, I got the notification that we have a new animal on the farm. I've been incubating an egg for a little while, and the egg has finally hatched. So we have a new little baby chick. It looks like the peppers have come in. So I'll probably save some of these to cook with later on, but I'll ship the rest of them. Remembering, of course, that I bought those from Samson on Toucan Island. Those are kind of a unique crop that you can't get from roots. And other than that, I've just been planting and replanting spinach. I've left everything else alone. I've just been patiently waiting for my eggplants and yams to come in and harvesting those when they come in, waiting for the peppers. The spinach comes in quite often, so I've just been replanting those when they come in for maximization of crop money. So if we come into the coop, we can see our little tiny chick. Isn't it cute? It's so tiny.
There.
We do have to wait for it to grow up, but I feel like it was a lot cheaper of an option than buying a new chicken. And maybe I'll be able to work its hearts up faster since it's a baby. And from what I recall, it really doesn't take very long for chickens to grow up in this game at all, so I really don't think that we're going to be waiting a long time or anything like that. I started to get my first cocoon from my silkworm the other day. So cocoons from the silkworms can be turned into thread. So you'll get balls of yarn with the yarn maker from the sheep, and you'll get thread from the silkworms. And certain quality thread is required for rucksack upgrades, and so that's why I decided to just go ahead and get a silkworm now and look out for when I'm able to put those away for another rucksack upgrade. Go ahead and shear the sheep here. And I'll make this into yarn before I leave, and then we'll let the animals out. And that should pretty much take care of all of our chores. And as you can see, looking at the stamina bar on the bottom there, upgrading your tools to gold really does make a huge difference. You can see that I watered all of my crops and my stamina barely moved at all. The gold tools are very, very efficient. So the flea market should be starting at 9 o'clock here any minute. So we'll go and check it out. And just a quick reminder that in spring and summer, you're going to have the same vendors and the same items available, but items switch over for both the fall and the winter flea market. So we are going to see some things that are a little bit different today. Just say hi to some people here. Might as well converse with everyone. Let's go check it out. So it looks like we've run into Ellie, or more accurately, she's run into us. And it looks like she has a stand. She is selling desserts today. Well, that's nice. It's good to see Ellie come out of the woodwork a little bit. You never really see her unless you go to town hall. So the good news is we get something new. We get Ellie. The bad news is the only other two vendors that sell stuff during the fall and winter are not here. We actually have not unlocked them yet. I'm hoping that by the time wintertime rolls around, we will at the very least have one more vendor. I can't promise that we'll have both of them. So this is once again sort of a lackluster place to be. I was really looking forward to seeing some more stuff, but then I realized that we are still missing some villagers, and so the whole picture is not complete. But we can still have a look at what Ellie has. So as she said, she's selling desserts. She has a wide variety of different stuff that you can buy. Pumpkin, pudding, a lot of fall type of stuff, carrot cake, cookies, pies, all sorts of stuff. So you can buy these as gifts. There are some marriage candidates that like baked goods. I would say Luna is probably the biggest example of someone who has a really, really big sweet tooth, and I find it's hard to get gifts for her, so that's definitely one possibility. If there's another candidate you can think of that would like treats, then this is probably a really good place to get them. You can eat these for stamina recovery, and we actually have one ingredient here that we need for our rainbow, and that is going to be the carrot cake. So Ellie does actually have something that we need. So I'm gonna buy that, and we are going to store it in our fridge until we need it at a later date. I don't think I actually need anything from Ellie. I have my gifts sorted out that I've been periodically giving out to the male marriage candidates. But if we change our mind, or if there is something else that we need, we can always come and see Ellie in wintertime, because she will be here as well. So just to recap, let's go to Alan's rainbow recipe, and as you can see, he's the one that we need the carrot cake for. And now that we have the carrot cake, we have every single one of the ingredients necessary except for the woodfish. And the woodfish is probably the hardest ingredient to find in the entire game, but we're working on it. The woodfish can only be caught at the goddess pond, and of course we need the bear to move before we can go there. So despite the fact that I only have one piece of honey in my inventory at the moment, we can go and visit the bear. We might as well go and just dump that off. Maybe if I find a bamboo shoot, I can give that to the bear as well. And other than that, there's not a whole lot that I have going on today. There is one more thing that I want to talk about, but I don't know if I'll have time to do it in this video. Alright, so we'll pick up our shining bamboo shoot here. I looked at how much those sell for, and the shining varieties sell for about $500 each. So that's why I prefer to sell them than to give them away to the bear as a gift, because that's a reasonably decent profit, especially for something that you just picked up off the ground. But there's only one of them today. Sometimes there's multiple, but I guess I can't get greedy. As you walk up the path, you might see that it's become clearer. I've been making an effort to clear it out and to gather up some stone and some wood. It just makes it a little bit easier to get around, and it also bolsters my wood and my stone levels. So we'll go ahead and we will offer our honey. I'm not going to be able to come tomorrow because Hannah's is closed on Mondays. So I'll take a break from coming to the bear tomorrow and do some other things, because this does eat up quite a bit of time in a day to come here. And that's pretty much it. I'll show you what it looks like when you fall off this log. You can see that you've just fall off on the ground and you take quite a beating. You lose a little bit of stamina. And then you can walk around the mountain and you'll come outside here by this path. So now I need to find the way back via the rainbow, if I can find it. There it is. So at this point I might just save the one thing I wanted to mention for another video. It's nothing terribly important at this point in time. I would say currently I feel really good about where we are. We are in a wonderful spot. We have a ton of money. I have a lot of materials. Everything is going well with the animals. Everything is running very, very smoothly, I think. At this point, I think I've really got a very good handle on the game. And aside from finishing the rest of the story, we only have a couple of things left to do, really. Marriage, obviously, is a big one. Expanding, owning all the animals, you know, finishing out our libraries, things like that. So I'll just do a few recaps for you guys if you are interested. Let's go to my status. You can see that I have a bunch of lumber and stone. I'm thinking it might be time to upgrade the house again, make it a little bit bigger. You can see that my tool levels are going fairly well. The hammer, of course, is going to be maxed out first, no doubt about it. I really need to get my fishing rod up to level 3, and so I've been trying to fish as much as I can off screen, but it takes a long time to work up your fishing rod, and so it does take a lot of patience in order to do that. I haven't been making much progress with the villagers. I have been giving out gifts every once in a while, and you can see that I've started to have relationships with some of the villagers, but there's still a lot of villagers here that I haven't really talked to or made much of a connection with. We're still waiting for a few of our villagers to show up. We will get another one on the first day of winter. All the animals are healthy and happy, and we're starting to build hearts with them as well. And if we have a look in our library, you can see that slowly but surely I'm also starting to fill out stuff like the lists for various things, like the crop list. We're filling this out quite nicely. Flowers we definitely have to work on. You can see here there's not that many flowers, but if I start to grow them, I can probably grow them all. Animals, of course, we have to fill this out. We still don't have a ton of animals available for sale at Hannah's, and so we kind of have to wait to fill out some of these. Animal products, these will fill out as we get animals and we get what we can get from them. Fish, I think I've done fairly well. You can see here that a lot of missing gaps, but for the most part, because I've done a lot of fishing and I've done it in a wide variety of different areas, I'm getting all the different types of fish that you can find in the oceans and the lakes and Toucan Island and the Gull Islands and so on and so forth. So I'm not optimistic that I'll fill all of it out, but I hope to have most of this filled out by the time the game ends. I've completely filled out the gems list, so you can see this is, of course, because I do so much mining. I've actually come across every single stone, gem, and piece of ore that you are able to find. And the foraged items list is almost complete. I know what this item is. It's royal jelly, which we can find from bees buzzing around flowers. But yeah, I found every other forageable item, which is great. So I would say we're not even done our first year, but I would say we have done fairly well on some aspects, but not so much on others. And videos are getting a little bit more spaced out now. There's kind of less and less to talk about as time goes on. So if there is something that I've missed, if there's something you guys want me to mention or talk about, then please let me know and I'll be more than happy to do that. I'm going to look at my calendar again real quick before we end the video. And you can see our next festival is on the 27th. So once again, I'm probably going to have to play for a few days before I return to you guys and do another video. And hopefully I will have some more updates and something exciting to tell you guys. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.